Greetings, the Astro 30 here yet again, and welcome back to AEL. Now if you're new to this channel, please consider going down below and subscribing if you haven't done so already. Cheers. Now in today's video we're going to be looking at how we can find the forward voltage of a standard LED like this if we want to calculate the correct value of resistor to use as the dropper. Now if you don't know where you've bought these LEDs, or the supplier that you've bought them from don't actually provide that information, such as a datasheet link or its forward voltage, which is kind of important, then there is a simple test that you can do to find that forward voltage, and that is using a simple multimeter. Now let's do a test on one of these LEDs to find out what its forward voltage is. Okay, so with our multimeter turned on, and we'll select the diode test mode, we'll take our multimeter probes. The positive goes on the anode and the negative goes on the cathode of the LED respectively. I've got it plugged into a breadboard here to make it easier to get the probes on, because things like flying and flicking around the desk when you're trying to put probes on. Ignore these components up here, they're not relevant. So positive on anode if the board would stop spinning around on me. Negative on cathode. Well, nothing. Alright, maybe I've got the LED plugged in backwards. Switch the probes around. Nothing. Maybe that LED's faulty. However, that's not a good idea to just simply assume that it's not working. We have to test it. So I'm going to hook up a power supply of 12 volts. I've got a dropper resistor in series with the anode here of the LED. Its value is not relevant for this test, so I'll apply the load power. What do you know? The LED lights up. Isn't that special? So it's not the wrong way around in circuit, and it is not faulty. This is why you never assume. Okay, so we'll turn that off. So we know that the LED is functioning, so why can't I measure it on this multimeter in diode mode? Well, some multimeters, especially the cheaper ones, including the real dirt cheap ones like $20 ones, etc., they come with a caveat: they just cannot measure LEDs because they don't provide enough voltage at the probes to, get a reading from the LED. Because what should happen is, when I had the power supply connected, the LED should light up when the probes are connected across the LED in the correct orientation, the correct polarity. But it's not. So this multimeter does not provide enough voltage to turn that LED on to give me a reading, which is kind of disappointing, because I would have expected a multimeter like this, which has an oscilloscope function, well, a basic one anyway, to at least be able to measure an LED. Well, it is what it is. So if you've only got the one multimeter and you can't measure LEDs this way, well, you're kind of stuck. Anyway, I'm the Astro 30. If you enjoyed this video, no, I'm only joking. There is another way we can do this. But first, I'm going to switch multimeters to a multimeter I know will measure LEDs. So I'm going with the good old O1 XDM 1041. So I'll just put my meter into continuity diode mode with the beeper on. Well, I could turn it off, I suppose, but it doesn't matter. So if I put my probes across the LED, negative on cathode, positive on anode, bingo, the LED lights up. And according to the meter there, we've got a forward voltage of 2.5546, or we'll say 2.5 volts. So that's the forward voltage of that particular LED. But for completeness, I'm going to change out to another LED that I've got here, and I'm going to test the voltage drop of that. Well, not the voltage drop, but the forward voltage of that. Hopefully this plugs into this breadboard, which is really crappy. There we go, the LED's in, same way around the other one was. So if I put negative there, get on there. Right, the LED's lit. And as we can see, we've got 2.58 volts, significantly higher. So we could say that this forward voltage of this LED is 2.6. So isn't that special? Alright, I'm going to go back to my original LED, the blue one, because I like blue. Okay, so that's fine, but if you don't have another multimeter to test the LED with, well, what can you do? Well, there's one more way we can find out what the forward voltage of that LED is. And that's simply to power it up with a power supply with a dropper resistor like we did in the first instance here. So I've got 12 volts, turn the circuit on, the LED lights up. Now if you don't know what the forward voltage of the LED is, which you wouldn't do at this point to work out the value of this, you can always start at 2.2k as a safety margin. The actual value of this resistor is not really important to measuring what the forward voltage of this LED actually is. So we switch from diode mode back to voltage, and I'm going to put the speed high for the ranging. Take our multimeter probes, and it doesn't really matter which way around you put them on the LED, but I'll put them in the correct polarity. There we go, 2.52. It's a little less than the diode reading, but it's close enough. Okay, just for shits and giggles, I'm going to change the LED. Yes, I didn't turn the supply off. I'm going to measure across the other one. Mainly just to prove a point. 2.55 volts and some change, a little bit lower than the diode test again, but close enough. So, there we go. Okay, so now that we know what the forward voltage of the LED is, we can calculate the correct resistor for the dropper. So to calculate the resistor value for the dropper, it's R equals Vs, which is the supply voltage, minus VLED, which is the forward voltage of the LED, divided by ILED, which is the current the LED would consume. Now, for most standard LEDs, the maximum is 20 mA, so don't exceed that. Some LEDs may be able to handle more current, but that's where you do need the data sheet. And if you don't have access to the data sheet, you don't go over 20 mA. So for our example here, we have our voltage supply of 12 volts minus the LED's forward voltage, which was 2.5. That's going to equal 9.5 divided by our desired current. I'm going to say 20 mA, so 0.02, which equals 475 ohms. Now we then go to the next nearest value, which is higher than this value, so that would mean we would go for a 560 ohm resistor if we use the standard resistor values. And when I'm talking about standard resistor values, I'm meaning like 470 ohms, 560 ohms, 680 ohms, 820, 1K, etc. It's always a good idea to go higher in resistance than it is to go down to say 470 ohm, because you're starting to go a little higher than the 20 mA. So then we need to know what the power handling of the resistor is at this particular voltage and current. So we can then say, use the power law, which is P equals V times I. So this is going to be the voltage of the LED, which is 2.5, multiplied by its current, which is 0.02, which equals 0.5 watts, exactly, so half a watt. So in this case you would use a resistor wattage value of 1 watt, just for safety. And that's basically all you really need to know what the voltage, the forward voltage of the LED is to make these calculations. So anyway, I hope somebody found this video helpful and others found it interesting. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up down below and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Comment if you feel like you need to, and I really love engagement, so please do comment. And this is the Astro 30 saying, see ya, have a great day, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.